Now this is part 2 of our 6-hole bolt layout. On the previous video we found the location of hole number 1, which was a simple one. Go halfway and down. Remember halfway it's going to be 2. Now I did 4 minus 3 to find out my clearance, and then divide that by 2, which gives me half. So that's my location for hole number 1. Go over 2 and down a half. Now I want to find my location for hole number 2. So this is the triangle that I'll be working with. Must find the length from here to here and here to here. Now before I start off, I must find the degrees between each hole. Meaning if I this here, here to here, here to here, here, the degrees between each hole. So one way you can do it is take 360 divided by, I got 6 holes, which gives me 60 degrees. Now this is saying if I line this hole and this hole up together, right there will be 60 degrees. This hole and this hole, 2 and 3, if I line them together like this, in between there will be 60 degrees. Same thing with 3 and 4, 4 and 5, 5 and 6, and 6 and 1. So, remember, I'm trying to find this. So, going back to my picture, say this is hole 1 and this is hole 2. The degrees between those two holes is 60 degrees. And that gives me this right there. Now, from here to here, right, if this is 60 degrees, now this makes a 90. To find this measurement right there, I'm taking 90 minus 60, which gives me 30 degrees. So, my triangle will look like this for hole 2. From here to here, this is from the center to hole number 2. Between that, I have an angle of 30 degrees. And from here to here, that's considered my radius. If I have a diameter of 3, my radius will be a half. So this is what I have right here. I want to find the measurement for X, I want to find the measurement for Y. What that does is just help us find whatever size, length of that side and the length of that side. So going back to our calculus, right? Or not calculus, trigonometry. If I use that as my reference angle, that will be my side opposite, it will be my side adjacent, and of course, the side opposite from my right angle will be my side hypotenuse. So I'm going to find this side first. To find X, it has to be, using this as my reference angle, I'm using this side, adjacent over hypotenuse, which is going to be the cosine. So I got this. The cosine of 30 degrees is equal to X over 1.50 or 150. And then once again, just treat them as a ratio. Put this over 1, cross multiply. This times this, it's just X times 1 or just X. And cosine of 30 times that. So if I use my calculator, cosine of 30 degrees. I get that number right there. If I want to change that to a decimal, I can. It gives me that. Times it by my hypotenuse, which is 1.50. And I get an answer of 1.299. I'm running to the nearest thousandths place. So that's my measurement for this size. Okay, which is right there. Now I want to find my measurement for the Y going up and down. So using the same triangle, that's my reference angle, using the same hypotenuse. Now I'm trying to find Y, so it's going to be opposite over hypotenuse. The trig function for that's going to be the sine function. So I'm going to do the sine of 30 is equal to this side divided by this side. That's what I got right there. So I treat it as a proportion. Just put this over 1, cross multiply. This times this is just y. 1 times y, or just y, is equal to the sine of 30 times this. So do the sine of 30. Now I got 1/2 or 1 over 2. If I want to change that to a decimal, I can. 0.5 times it by 1.50, 0.75. So that's what I got for this measurement right here. So my triangle will look like this. From the center to hole number 2, That's the hypotenuse, which has a length of 1.50. From here to here, that's 1.299. And from here to here, that's 0.75. And I'm going to take that triangle, put it back right in here in my circle, and try to find a placement for hole 2. So we know what this side is, this length, and this side is this length right here. So how to find hole number 2? If I start right here, I must go all the way to, which is right there, and subtract this. 2 minus this, which gives me 0.701. So this right here will be, I'm going from here to here, 0.701, a little over a half. Then if I'm going down, I must go all the way down to 2, but subtract this. That's half of my, but must take this away. So it'll be 2 minus 3/4, which gives me 1.25. So that is my location for hole number 2. I'm going to go over 0.701, go down 2, and subtract 3/4, which gives me 1.25. So that is my location for hole number 2.